I now know why American Nurses Association blocked me. I mean, because I tell them the truth and they didn't like it. But it's because they knew that I would figure out that they are communists. They were brought in through it. And Isabel Hampton Robb. And boy, is her background interesting. But before I get to that, I'm bringing this up because I was listening to this documentary. I haven't watched all of it. And it was back in the 2010. And this guy was talking about how when he was at the university, I think it was Duke maybe, a friend of his joked with him, like, go and infiltrate into the communist party, like the communist movement, into one of their meetings and hear what they have to say. And so he did. He thought it just for the fun of it. And he said, first of all, it wasn't college kids there. It was men in suits, ties, hats with briefcases in their 50s, 60s, and 70s. And he said, tons and tons and tons of them. And then but he said there's millions of communists in the world. Do you see where the communists are? They're at your executive levels. That's why they don't do the right thing. That's why they don't because they don't want to do the right thing. Because communists, it's not a political party. It's a twisted, sick brain thing. It's wicked. It is, because what it is it's a genocide system. So, and that's why socialism is as this guy said, communism is the last part of socialism. So they always bring everything in through the socialist avenue, and then communism grabs you. So he went and he just was sitting in this meeting, and they were fighting. He said there was like half of the room fighting with the other half of the room about, and this was here in this country, fighting about whether they should take America down by force, the Communist Party, or do it incrementally, slowly, bring in socialist systems, little by little, through legislation, through agencies, through associations, to where the American people won't realize it, and then mold them, get them more used to that. That's your because if people really stop and think about it, we're already under socialism. Our founders didn't expect us to have, it's not that we weren't to have any laws, but we certainly shouldn't have all these associations over everything. Socialism is that everything you do, some organization or association is controlling it. That's not what our founding was about. It wasn't. And they are the ones that create all the problems. But obviously, you know which way they went. They didn't try to overtake America the hard way, because this was obviously after the war with Britain. But they brought it in through slow systems, bringing in agency, association, American Medical Association, American Hospital Association, American Nurses Association, okay? That's how they bring it in. And then you have this layer and layer, and then you can't even see where your Constitution is anymore. Because who gave these people the power to do anything? Nobody did. Nobody did. But they've gotten it through just promoting themselves, and because they have outside influences, because they're communists. And so with communists, and as this guy said in this, he's like, communism is globalism today. That's what globalism is today. And America is the last land they have to take, which is why forever they've been wanting to take America down. But what those socialists have done, have convinced so many people in this country that, no, communism is dead. No, it's not. It's globalism now, because that's how dumbed down Americans are. So you can call me a conspiracy theorist, but this isn't hard to put together. One of the biggest ways that the communists used to get control in a socialized system of America was through medicine and science, and through the World's Fair, with this woman's help. This is Isabel Adams Hampton Robb. Yes, she pretty much was the first president of American Nurses Association back when it was an associated alumni. She was a nurse theorist, but she has an interesting background because she spent 2 years, so She was a nurse theorist, author, and early leader in the nursing profession. She spent 2 years in Rome working as a nurse at St. Paul's House, also known as Caso San Paolo, which was run jointly by the Protestant Episcopal Church and the Church of England. The Church of England. So again, what were our pilgrims fleeing? The Church of England. Because they were the Roman Empire. The Roman Empire took that. I mean, the Roman Empire became the church. So the Church of England is why, that's the original, what the founding of America was all about. So, so she goes there. She's from Canada. So she comes here, to do some schooling at Bellevue in New York. So let me go on here. It says, she was born in Canada. She graduated from the New York Training School for Nurses at Bellevue Hospital in New York in 1883. After 18 months at St. Paul's House in Rome, Italy, and a stint as a superintendent of nurses at the Illinois Training School in Chicago. Well, that'll do you in. Robb organized and was the principal of the Johns Hopkins School for Nurses in Baltimore, 1889. She chaired the subsection for nursing for the 1893 World's Fair and helped form the Society of Superintendents of Training Schools, later what is known as the National League for Nursing Education. On June 12, 1894, she married this doctor out of London, England. In 1895, she gave her first series of formal lectures on nursing and became a new member of the hospital's board of lady managers. She helped organize and was the first president of the National Nurses Associated Alumni, later what would be known as American Nurses Association. She belonged to the local Graduate Nurses Association, Greater Cleveland Nurses Association, and helped founded the American Nurse Journal, the very journal I was reading about yesterday that didn't tell the truth about the Holocaust, about holding those nurses accountable. So I don't want to lose people here. This is what they use, create different associations everywhere. I mean, first of all, you bring in all these universities, okay? I know everybody loves the universities, but that's where your communism has been home to. That's why they never stand with America's values. But whatever. But then you'd want to create, while dumbing down the American people, all these layers of associations. They're everywhere. And so we've been under socialism. And interestingly, the World's Fair, also known as the Universal Expositions, have a long history of showcasing human achievements, including significant contributions to the field of medicine. These international exhibits have played a crucial role in promoting medical advancement, fostering global collaboration, and shaping public health policies. Socialists. So that's why American Nurses Association blocks me. They know that they're liars. They know, so they're not just on a political agenda. They know that they're a communist organization. And nothing will stop them because communists are sick and twisted, which is why the communists that head up the DCFS system, which is pretty much the state system and Catholic charities, why did the Catholic Church, the Church of England, why did they be in charge of all the orphanages, huh? And yet I saw at my first nursing job. It's interesting, at that first nursing job, I got a taste of what the nursing associations really, how corrupt they were. But I also saw how neglected those kids were, and it was Catholic charities involved. And then I've seen it throughout my career here and there. So they're communists. They're twisted in their mind, which is why these executives running these hospitals that are doing this, getting people hurt, they're doing it on purpose because communists hate our founding, they hate Americans, and you can either wake up or stay asleep to it. But that's 100% true.